I'll tell you why. It's because we get caught up in, there's actually a literal scientific study that says 99% of people are never going to be successful. Why? Because they just don't take action. I want to tell you a little story, but this right here irritated me to my core. Just yesterday, this guy I follow on Twitter, he came out with a super dope opportunity. This guy, he's in the Bitcoin space, crypto, he's all into the stocks, he's in real estate. He's simply a guy who's about making money, right? You would hope that most people want to make money as well. Unfortunately, it is not that simple for everybody. So, he came out with a excellent opportunity, at least in my opinion, and he said, I need 1,000 people. I just need 1,000 people, right? So 1,000. So what did he do? 1 o'clock yesterday, he dropped a Telegram link on Twitter, and he just needed 1,000 people to join the Telegram. That was going to help him do what he was trying to do in the space. I'm not going to say his name. If you know, you know. But just know he needed 1,000 people. It took about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to get that 1,000 people. He has thousands of followers, granted. So it took him about an hour and a half to get that 1,000 people. Which is cool. That's great. That's fast. But here's where the problem came in. He said, at this time, at 4:30 p.m., I'm going to drop a Twitter account, because we already had our 1,000 people. I don't even think he closed the... He said, now that I have my 1,000 people, I'm going to drop a Twitter link, like to a profile, that y'all need to follow at 4:30. Simple. Simple instructions. Oh my God. He said, I just need y'all to follow the page. That's it. Just follow the page, and after that, I will give y'all the next instructions. So, me going to the page right now, 24 hours later, it only has 869 followers. And it literally had 869 followers 3 hours ago when I checked. Why is that? This is a guy who started out by saying, I have an excellent opportunity that can make me and you a whole lot of money. Okay. Even though a lot of people say that, sure, it's like, oh, what if, make us a lot of money, whatever. People talk all the time, whatever. That's not what we're talking about. Right now, what we're talking about is, bro said, I got an opportunity that can make me and you a lot of money. I just need 1,000 people. Like this tweet, and I'm going to let you know what to do next. That's pretty simple to me. Even if it failed, he also said it's not going to require no money from you up front. No money. It's a free money making opportunity. I just need your attention. So he drops the link. We joined the Telegram. He drops the Twitter. I followed the Twitter. I was probably the first follower, I believe. I was there at 4:30 when he said he was going to drop the Twitter. I clicked the link. I followed it. I'm thinking we about to run up 1,000 followers within the next 30 minutes. That's what you would think, right? It's been 24 hours later. After the first day, it took an hour and a half for us to get 1,000 people. Why is it that 24 hours later we have 869 followers when there's literally 1,100 people in the Telegram right now? I'll tell you why. It's because most people get so caught up on the dopamine. We get caught up in... There's actually a literal scientific study that says you feel the same amount of dopamine in your system when you talk about your goals as you do when you actually accomplish them. Why do you think everybody loves chatting about what they want to do when 99% of people haven't done anything? It's because it feels good. It feels good to do that. People talk about what they're going to do when they get to the weight they want to get to, when they get in the relationship they want to get in, when they make the money they want to make. And it's nothing wrong with talking about it. That's not what we're saying. But what I am saying is, if that's all you're doing is talking, chatting, yapping, just saying stuff all the time, you know that one friend that always has some crazy idea I just got done watching the video. This guy said that his barber used to have a crazy idea every single year. And they were great ideas. Ideas that could have made him rich, could have made him a millionaire, whatever. But every single year, his barber was still cutting his hair. If this is such a crazy idea, why are you in the barber shop? Why are you not in the lab working on that idea you just told me? You could have ran up M's off what you told me already over the last few years, but you haven't done nothing. Why? The friend that always has a crazy idea, the friend that likes to reminisce on old times, likes to talk about what he's going to do, but not how he's going to do it. That's the same energy. You get the same feeling just from talking about it as you do from when you actually do it. If you say, I want to run a marathon one day, or I want to make my first million, I want to have a family, just from having those conversations with people who understand and validate your desires in life, that alone makes you feel like you've already done it. Makes you feel like you just ran the marathon. Makes you feel like you just made the million. Like you just started that family. You got your wife and your kids, but you haven't done anything yet. That's why we have to be careful, because we trick our bodies. Our bodies are super intelligent mechanisms, but a lot of times our bodies can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake, which is that's another thing too, because that's the reason why we shouldn't be telling our bodies or our minds negative things. The subconscious mind, as complex as the brain is, the subconscious mind can't tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. So why would we tell our bodies anything other than what we want to achieve? Why would we make it harder on ourselves to feel close to our goals or to feel like we can accomplish that? We got to be careful with what we say. What we say, it controls what we think. What we think controls what we do. And what we do controls what we experience in life. This man said, I just need y'all to follow the page. To this day, it's 24 hours later. We're 131 followers away. And you know what else? The group chat was going crazy when he first dropped that Telegram. And then as soon as he dropped that Twitter, why was nobody talking? Why are y'all not talking? When I tell you I was disgusted, I was like, there's no way y'all really came this far just to drop the ball. Don't even want to try. That's most people though. Most people don't even want to try to make it. They would much rather take the easy way out, do something that is comfortable, and then just sit back because they're afraid to fail. That's probably what it is. Most of these people, they like, we about to get rich, but they just want the $1 million to just drop into their account. What about the work part? Did y'all forget that y'all had to do some work? Even if the work isn't even that hard, you just have to follow some instructions, do a couple steps. But we just want things too easy sometimes. And I'm not even talking from my high horse. I've been that person before. That's how I know, because I've been there. I'm qualified to speak on this. I've done that before. I know exactly what that's about. If you get an opportunity, and then as soon as the road is wide open, there's no longer an excuse as to why you can't get to where you want. So because there's an absence of excuses, you shy away because all your reasons to fail were taken away. So you don't even try. People would much rather weather the storm and trailblaze a hard path. And I'll put it like this. Some people don't even want to do that. But they would much rather trailblaze a hard path because there's an abundance of obstacles that can be the reason why they fail versus an open road. And there's no foreseeable reason why you should fail. So if you go, now you just got to look at you. People don't really want to deal with that. So they would rather just not try and remain average. I know what that feels like too. But it's like it requires that mirror. Looking yourself in the mirror and being like, what am I? Who am I? What am I made of? Why do I feel like this? It's through adversity where you understand what a man is made of, not when he's rolling around in success. That's not what makes the man. What makes the man is who you are when you're dealing with your trials and tribulations. Unfortunately, most people are never going to make it. How could we all make it though? I always say Anybody can do it, but not everybody can do it. Anybody could, hypothetically, get up, put in that work, and get the result. Because when you do the work, you get the results. It's not when you do the work one time. It's when you keep doing the work until the point where it's unreasonable for you to not get the result. That's the reason why I keep going with this YouTube stuff. Nobody really watching me right now, but let me keep doing what I'm doing right now, and let's see where I'm at in 5 years, 10 years. It has no choice but to work. If I stop, that's just because I chose to stop, not because it wasn't going to work. That would be because I got weary and I couldn't take it. I couldn't weather the storm. But the thing about it is, you have to choose your heart. You either sit through the difficulty of not getting that many views early on because nobody knows who you are, or you quit and then you sit through the difficulty of living an average life until the day you die. I think I can deal with posting my little YouTube videos without any views for a little bit. I see more for me. For me to quit, it's just, the juice just not worth the squeeze. How could I quit? I'd rather deal with going through hell working on my own stuff than to go through hell working on somebody else's stuff. I just had a meeting with one of my mentors last night. We had this, went to this amazing restaurant. Food was so good. I had some lamb. I never had lamb before. That was great. He was telling me that. He said he was in a very stressful part of his journey, but he wouldn't have it any other way. He would much rather go through all this stress to work on his vision than to go back to work like he was before, maybe 20 years ago, I think, and deal with the stress of somebody else's project. And that's exactly how I feel. How could I quit? 99% of people are not going to be successful just because they won't put into action. 99% of people won't put into action because they're afraid to fail. 99% of people are afraid to fail because they don't have the bright idea of what you get when you continue to fail. When you fail after fail after fail after fail, you're eventually going to get to that W. But I don't think most people realize that. I think people view failure as failure, but failure is success over enough time. Failure is not failure by itself. Failure is only failure when you fail and then that's it. But if you keep failing, imagine all the learning that you get from that. What an opportunity to learn by failing and falling on your face time and time again. The value that you get out of failing is much more than the value you get from succeeding. Succeeding is great. Don't get me wrong. It feels amazing. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. But what do you learn from getting it right? Getting it right is cool, but if you always get it right, then you're just going to keep doing that. Sometimes you got to fall in your face so you can realize, oh, that doesn't work. Let me do it this way next time. Think about all the opportunities you missed because you just didn't take one step forward. I think about that every day, and it's the reason why I won't stop stepping. I don't want to leave any opportunities on the table. I don't want to leave any money on the table. I don't want to leave any relationships on the table. I want everything that's mine. And the only way to get that is to simply act. Ever since this year started, I've just been in a different mode. I'm just acting in all capacities. Act. I don't want to sit on my hands anymore. I've done that enough. Look at what you've done and look at where it got you. Keep doing what works, but stop doing what's not working. Save yourself a whole lot of years and a whole lot of pain and just stop doing what's not working. It's not worth it. My name is AUSTINSLENS. Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. Comment what you thought. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video with somebody who needs to hear it. If you have not gotten my discipline ebook yet, it's in the description somewhere. Check it out. Let me know what you think about that, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.
Yeah, hey.